fam, what's up? It's Kristen here, and for today's video we are creating a really classic but super easy winged eyeliner look, and I'm giving you one of my best kept secrets when creating a winged liner using our eyeshadow. So without further ado, let's just get right into the look. So to start, I'm just grabbing some brilliant bronzer just right in the cap on our number 9 brush. Make sure to always tap off any of the excess product. And we are going to start on the outer V of the eye and then work that into the crease. And I always like to blend this up towards that brow bone to make it look really soft and diffused. And you always want to make sure to leave a little space just so we can highlight underneath that brow bone to really pull this eye look all together. Just using back and forth windshield wiper motions and then little circular motions to make sure this looks really airbrushed and blended, because you guys know I say this all the time, but we don't want to see any start or stopping points. Once we have our brilliant bronzer up into the crease, we're going to grab our eyeshadow in the shade Champagne Pop, and we're going to apply this all over the lid, and I'm just going to be using my finger to really get a nice pigment payoff. Keep this down on the lid. You don't really want to bring this up into the crease because we want that crease to look really nice and soft, so try to keep the shimmer down onto the eyelid. Then I'm just going to pick up that number 9 brush again and just go over what I just did just on the bronzer to make sure everything is nice and blended. And then if I accidentally did get it up a little too high, we can just blend that right away. I'm going to pick up our light reflecting pressed highlighter in the shade Lit, and I'm actually going to also add this onto the lid. This is just going to really mix beautifully with the Champagne Pop and give us a really nice vibrant glow. The reason I love mixing Champagne Pop with our highlighters is because it really just plays up the intensity. You can also use Afterglow or just the highlighter on its own, but I really love mixing these two for an eye look because it really just makes it pop. Again, once you have that on, we're going to grab our number 9 brush, and I picked up just a tiny bit more bronzer, and we're just going to blend that into the crease and on the outer V and just make sure everything is blended out. The fun part, we're going to go in with Faux Suede and the angled brush end of our number 10 brush, and we're going to create a really diffused, simple winged liner to make this eye look really stand out. So I'm going to grab our Faux Suede, and I'm going to use the angled brush end of the number 10 brush, and I'm just going to scoop out a little bit of the product. And I'm going to place it right on the back of my hand, right beside that tiny little dot of Smart Primer. Yes, Smart Primer. I'm actually going to be using the Smart Primer to create a little bit of a cream to powder eyeliner. So it's going to go on kind of creamy, but it'll dry to a really nice powder finish, and then we can blend it out and fix any imperfections. You can also use just plain filtered water, does the trick too. You just want to make sure your brush is damp. And a little tiny bit of the Smart Primer will go a long way. You guys can see it just created like a really almost creamy consistency on the back of my hand there with the Faux Suede. And now we're going to go in and create the winged liner. I like to start from the inside and kind of go halfway and then go from the outside and meet it in the middle. And it's so much easier if you turn your brush with the pointy end pointing kind of in the opposite direction that you're going. So that way the smallest part of the brush is going to be on the smallest part of your eye, and you're going to get a really nice even line. I just like to fill in the entire lash line first. As you can see, I kind of went halfway, and then I'm going to start on this outer portion and connect it, and then we'll do the wing. So now we have our basic line going across our lash line. Now we're going to go in for the wing. The simplest way to do this is to kind of see where your lower lash line is going to come up to meet the end of that brow, and turn your angled end of your brush kind of towards the end of the brow and just stamp and then fill in the wing. Let me show you how. I'm going to grab a little bit more of our Faux Suede, mix it with a tiny bit of that Smart Primer, and then we're going to stamp and fill in the wing. And we're going to stamp it lightly, so it's going to be like a really faint flick there, and now we're going to fill it all in, and I am going to make that a little bit more bold after we fill in the wing, just to kind of see what it looks like, because I like to work in little tiny increments just so I don't have to go back in and fix a ton on a wing liner. But to connect it, you're just going to go from about halfway, 3/4 up of the way of where the wing ends, where the end of the wing ends, and connect it to what we did on that lash line. And before I move on to the other eye, what we have left on our brush from doing that wing, I'm just going to bring it a little bit on that lower lash line and keep it right on those lashes and almost just smudge it across that lash line, only about 3/4 of the way. I'm not really creating a liner, but I'm just darkening up the root of those lashes to kind of balance out that wing on top, and that's all we're going to do on the bottom. So let's go to the other eye, and we're going to apply some mascara, and this eye look is almost complete. So once you have both your wings to where you want them, we're just going to give our lashes a really good curl. And I'm going to go in with about 2 or 3 coats of our Lashes for Days mascara on the top and bottom lashes. Then to take the eye look to the next level, we're just going to grab our light reflecting pressed highlighter in the shade Lit one more time with our number 8 brush, and we're just going to pop some right in that inner corner. And we're also going to use this to highlight underneath that brow bone. And to highlight underneath the brow bone, I love using the number 7 brush. I feel like it just gives a really precise application and just makes it go on super smooth and beautiful. Alright you guys, that completes this really classic wing eyeliner look. And don't forget, if you guys recreate this look, to tag us at Crunchy Collection so we can share you on our Instagram stories. We absolutely love seeing what you guys create. Thank you as always for hanging out with us here at Crunchy today, and we will see you in our next video. Bye guys!